Grazie. And like that, the chaos was all packed into 3 tiny little Krieger bags. And I was kindly asked not to start the bike in the middle of the campsite. Fully respectable. Arrivederci. Peaceful night here at Campeggio Luigi Berghiera. Although, with a relatively unrelaxing end. There's the chap there. I don't know if that is Luigi himself. The man, the myth, the legend. He said last night as I was checking in, he'd be here at 8:30, 9 o'clock. When did I want to leave? And because I'd already paid, I said, well, maybe a bit before that. And he just went, not possible. The gate is closed. So, before the dude gets there to unlock the gate, people can't leave in the night. Prisoners. But to that I replied, don't worry about it. 8:30, 9 o'clock is absolutely fine. And the dude literally showed up at 8:20 and stood there and watched me pack everything away. So unrelaxing. I literally just had an audience for my entire breaking of camp. I'm all in a tiz. I put me dirty pants back on. I put me clean pants into me rucksack. God knows where my sleeping bag ended up. But anyway, we are off for day 3. Senza plomba. Oh, I just had a senior moment. I was filling up like this, and I went with the other hand to grab the pump as well. I saw it in the mirror and I thought somebody was reaching their arm around me. Freaked me right out. I was about to get an unwanted hug at the petrol station. But, I don't know, maybe that's what I need. Cool, blimey, O'Reilly. 30 bucks to fill up me old dirt bike. I remember when you used to be able to fill up your bike, get a packet of fags, go to the cinema with a full family, have a dinner for 8, all on a tenner. Them's were the days, eh? Right, to the trails! Although there's lots of gravel in the road, it looks like it doesn't get traily for quite a long time. But thankfully, it's very twisty between here and there. And some of these surfaces, I think they would actually be better if they just gave up clinging on and became gravel. Like a balding man with a comb over. It's time to just accept it, move on to the next stage. Become the gravel that you are. Oh. Nearly became on the wrong path. Far too much forth-sticulating. I thought this was all about up into the hills, but looks like it was just about over a hill. So get me started about being over the hill. I still, sadly, have not had time to fix the overzealous spring in my throttle tube. 2 extremely long days in the saddle and I've got a serious case of wanker's fist. That'd be an alright view to wake up to in the morning, wouldn't it? Bellissima! The town of the quiet German cars. Piano Audi. There we go. We're getting rough. Oh, the size of that boulder in the middle of a hairpin. Look at that, wrestling my way up. A Fiat Panda from 1968 is just nailing it up here. The great tip learned from Moto Trek. Good old Dusty Wessels. I do like Dusty Wessels. But on slopes like this, it's better to second gear with a bit of clutch control than to go in first gear, because then your throttle isn't quite so choppy. So cheers for that, Dusty. Your shit works. The first gear, so easy to get a little bit of whiskey throttle. Oh, but this is tiring stuff. The hill is so steep, I'm struggling to keep the bike pinned between my legs. Weight is so far forwards. Now that was a climb. And that's the payoff. Well, the pre-payoff, we're not finished yet, but I'm a bit hot. I'm gonna find somewhere in the shade to do a bit of delayering. Do it. I think this will do for a little break. There we go, that's the incredible rucker strapped to the back of the bike now. It's time once again for the Adventure Spec Super Shirt to shine. But first, look at this. It's just stunning. Just now realising I've potentially chosen an awful place to start because I'm already on a loose hill. Oh well. Here we go. Straight up and we're off. Well, that's a much more comfortable temperature. Buongiorno. Dude's taking the shortcut, I like it. Got a way to go. Good effort, mate. Look at that, clutch fully out, pushing uphill on a slope like this in second gear. Yes, the Tenere 700 may have more torque down at the bottom end, but this thing has definitely also got enough. Plus, let's be honest, it's Italian, isn't it? Every dick and his dog's got a Japanese bike. Get yourself something exciting, people. Ooh, which way do I need to go? Looks like this way is for the inevitable cup of tea stop, but looks like the cup of tea stop is closed. So I'm just going to go to the top, catch my breath, and then we shall continue. I'm going to need to run up at that. I'm not going to come at that wooden pole at that angle. That would have ended in tears. Alright, that's a very scrappy U-turn. Doesn't look like too many people come up this way. The rocks look a lot more jaggy. Why is it always the smoothest bit is the bit closest to the lip, millimetres from certain death? I think that will do. Yeah, another one that, despite the lead up here being predominantly tarmac, well worth it for that challenging climb and for this incredible view. Right, just need to get the donkey down from her parking space and then get in amongst all of this stuff, I hope. Onwards! The trails doth wait for no man. Oh yeah. We'll get down on the clutch because the front brake is going to do absolutely nothing at this point. I suppose I could potentially carry on up there, but I'm getting real walking path vibes. Plus, plenty more places to go, and I'm happy with what we've got out of this one already. So let's see if we can get it down safely. Oh, cool breeze. Summer breeze, cooling my gonads. Just don't look down. Remember, nearly straight legs. Let the suspension do the work. Legs are just for holding my arse off the seat. Right, lads. I feel like I'm doing these hairpins over-exaggeratedly slow, but on this terrain I'm not really sure how to get any more speed out of it. Got a good bit of a rear wheel slide there, but managed to bog the engine down at the same time. Remember, if the clutch is out, the wheel has to be moving. Simple concept, dear boy. Yes! Haha! That's something I can work with. Those rocks were a little bit big for that level of exuberance. I'm going to be able to do the tail slide on this one because I've got no speed. I do think I kind of missed the whang of the metal bash plate. Though I do enjoy the fact, I'm obviously really telling the difference right now, but the plastic AXP bash guard weighs less than 4 kilos, even though it's massive and looks like it's something that was bolted on for a bike that was going to be in Mad Max. Buongiorno. Maniac. Straight up maniac. Oh, traffic, unbelievable. So much traffic in this place. Grazie. And then back to the tarmac. So there we go, that was... what was that? Alpe Piano or something like that it's called. Alpe Soglia, up in them there hills above Piano Audi, Comune di Corio. Oh, I forgot, sorry, easy on the Italian. Well then, so now the order of the day is unfortunately to stop and try and sort my GPS out, because as I was getting ready for bed last night, I thought I'll have a quick look over the route for tomorrow, and I've got all of my routes and things saved on the Explore app, and while I was looking at it, it suddenly started doing a sync, and when it had finished the sync, I only had 2 tracks left, and they aren't any of the ones that we're doing today. So right now, I've got no frigging clue where I'm supposed to go in order to find the off-road stuff that's on the Tet Trail. So I'm going to have a quick stop, try and figure out what the deal is. I think my time with Garmin needs to come to a much overdue end. I've been sat there for 45 minutes trying to sort out the problem of how to get the Tet route back onto this unit, and no solution. But anyway, I think I've roundabout found a bodge way to get myself back on track. So let's pick up the mood, pick up the pace. Out. Busy gawking at the sights. We're supposed to be heading up to Borghialetto. Resistance is a futile. I've hung pictures on walls that weren't as upright as this. Getting anywhere in northern Italy is not fast, but by God is it fun. And then this is where things get off-road, and I have no idea where the track goes. Tell you what, all of this so far is a far cry from everything that I saw in Norway last year, and I actually think I'm glad I'm doing this from the Aprilia and not on the KTM, because although that bike was fantastic, it was also 30 kilograms heavier and with a 19-inch front wheel. So I think this bike just sails over everything a little bit better. But yeah, pretty much just going to see where this leads. I assume that the whole time following this Trans-Euro trail nonsense. Because ultimately, it doesn't really matter. It's all off-road. just keeps going up. Oh, nearly saved it, but not quite. Oh. First dab over there worked, that one there, not so much. How's the old bash plate looking? First chance to have a look at it from underneath properly. Yeah, it's doing alright, it's taken some hits already. Here we go. I'll back off out of this a little bit. Give myself a fighting chance at starting, as in the steep corner there, it's not going to happen. Right then, let's see if we can get going. Awesome bike, awesome tyres, just barely even span the back wheel. I definitely tried to cut in too tight on that hairpin there. I think it's much better to try and stay wide. Especially when they're as steep as this, that's ridiculous. I mean, you're really not going to be able to fully appreciate how steep that was on the Action Cam, but take my word for it, it's about halfway between horizontal and a wall. There you go, kick it around nicely. Look at that, you hero. Oh dear. Gerne. Cheers. And now this poor guy gets a gobful of my dust again. Respectful overtake. I'm going to fill his face with gravel. That did the trick. That's so satisfying. Give it a kick and spin the back end round. I think I might gradually, slowly be getting the hang of this, folks. Might make an ADV rider out of me yet. Question is, where to now? I think the little dots mean walking, the big dots mean road. Sounds like the bike's gotten a bit hot as well. It's the first time I've ever seen it on 3 bars on the temperature gauge. Keep an eye on that. Last thing we need is the hot Italian. Oh, look at that, straight down to 2 bars already, no trouble whatsoever. Now that is a postcard view, isn't it? Maybe pay a little bit more attention to the trail. Attention? Standing up straight in the trench shall forevermore be known as standing to attention. It's always the way, isn't it? You think to yourself, I'll just stop, take some clothes off because I'm getting a bit warm. You do that, and then you think, oh, it's a bit pretty here. Maybe I'll take some photos. And then the wind picks up and you get cold. So, better get some movement on the go. Some more heat into the muscles. That was a big one. I think I broke that rock. Well, that was a workout. Very enjoyable one, but a workout. Like vigorous sex, I suppose. Too exciting while it's happening to fully appreciate it. Too exhilarating to remember what it was like afterwards. Your mileage may vary. There's old matey that was at the top when I stopped to take pictures. He's done very well for himself. In any case, that section is now done. But the next section of off-road actually isn't on the Tet, but just like this house, it's a bit of a cracker, but it's just windy, natchety hilliness between here and there, but all on the tarmac. So let's fast forward this to the next dirty bit, because who doesn't always spend their time when you get into your dad's video collection just fast forwarding to the dirty bits. Can't see a fucking thing. We are going up into them there hills, right there, as I embark upon the Colle delle Finestre. And this is not part of the Tet Trail, but as far as I can see, there's no reason not to go and check it out. It gets a little bit repetitive, doesn't it? Ooh! Bit of variety there. And there we go, onto the gravelly bit. Bit of washboard. Where's me washboard? A bit of action on this one. Seen so many more people today than the last day or two. That's driftage, mate. There's a look at what we've done all so far. Ah, brilliant. Chaps. And there's the top. Well, there's the top, but we're not getting there. And there's the road down the other side, so next step, we head down there, find somewhere to sleep for the night, and then tomorrow we carry on into these quite frankly fantastical mountains. They can't be real. It feels like you could just reach out and touch the board that they're painted on, doesn't it? But yeah, that's the Colle delle Finestre. Don't mind me, just passing through. There we go, that's tomorrow's goal, the mighty Ascent, which is closed on Wednesdays and Saturdays. With tomorrow being a Tuesday, that's good news. But even better than that, would you Adam and bloody Eve it? There's only a campsite right bloody there. I mean, it's within sight of the start of the pass. Oh, if they've got a space, I am in like Donkey Kong. Looks maybe a bit bleak. Well, that's a shame. But as cool as that would have been, I'm guessing it's obviously off season now. I wanted to go down into town and get some supplies anyway, so now I'm just going to go down to town and hopefully camp down there as well. Unlike last night, there are multiple choices. Oh, it's cold on this side of the hill. I'm going to be sleeping in my thermal Jimmy Jammies tonight. Well, they look pretty empty. How about right there? Perfect. I will see you in the morning.